Today's video, we're going to talk about monster affinity. Real basic, the only things you need to know. It's a lot less complex than you think. If you end up liking this video, hit the sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell ding ding thing so you know when I post a video. Let's go, baby. Tip of the day, don't forget that you can get any natural 5-star monster. Unless it's like recent banner stuff, we'll talk about that in a second. But as you see here, I have all 3 paladins ready to go. Now, how did I get this? I've done a video in the past. Obviously, the exchange pieces shop. You're going to be spending crystals, but hey, if you're free to play, what are you spending crystals on anyway? I look at the 5-star pieces, I look at 4-star pieces, and hey, look, a paladin piece. You can do this with every monster, except for the last couple banners. Like right now, you can't get phoenix pieces or dragon pieces, but they just added paladin pieces, and paladins are OP. Every single last one of them are OP until they finally do something about them. They have too much utility, too much damage. Hell, they even heal too much. But again, you can do this with any nat 5 you want, except for the most recent banners, right? I know everybody who doesn't have Perna Fire Phoenix wants a Perna. Your time will come. Save your crystals. And this is what I do with my crystals is literally, and I need a monster, I go to the exchange piece shop and I get these monsters. The more you know. All right, on to the real point of this video, monster affinity. Real basic. What you really need to know is that you don't need to max affinity these monsters. You may not even need to raise the affinity level of a core monster that you use. For example, Dark Paladin Leona. Her monster book is already HP and crit damage, which is honestly perfect for her in my opinion. Now this really relies and depends on your runes, but if you go to her affinity levels, her book can change to HP and crit rate, or your book can change to HP and res at level 4. Honestly, you don't even have to focus on Leona. If you have the runes to get to 100% crit rate, why do you need a crit rate book effect? 23% crit damage at level 14 compared to 15% crit rate, which caps at 100 anyway. Yes, crit damage can cap too, but it's a lot higher number. You can change the effect to whatever you need. So if you use Leona everywhere, you don't need to focus on the affinity level. If you use her, you're getting affinity points anyway just by having her in team. So don't even focus on that. Now a good example is Wind Panda. His original book effect is defense and resistance. At level 2 affinity, he gets defense and crit rate. This is huge, especially if you have a max book. Fang Yan always having element advantage on his attack skill. You only need to build him 90% crit. So not only element advantage has 10% crit, level 2 affinity, you get 15.9% crit rate at max book. This means you don't have to build as much crit, and you can focus on defense, crit damage, HP, etc. You use Fire Phoenix Perna like everywhere. Level 2 book effect, you can change it to accuracy. Level 4, you can change it to crit rate. But again, you don't even need to like focus food or anything like that on your main core monster because he has attack and crit damage as a book effect. Even 4-star monsters. Naomi's basic book effect is attack accuracy. Here's a good example of why you would want to go to a level 4 book effect over maybe some other people you have. This changes into crit damage. So all in all, just look at your core monsters that you use. See which ones would benefit from affinity levels higher or not. Because over time, you're going to be able to max these anyway and get crystal rewards. But really, affinity is just about book effect. So after you know what monsters to focus on for the affinity levels and book effects, how do you increase it efficiently? First and foremost, you got to have it in your team when you're just AFK farming. Whether that's monster experience, mining, gathering, whatever. If they're in your party, they're going to get affinity level experience. But what food do you farm to feed it? Honestly, it can be anything. You don't want to spend too many resources on the higher blue or purples in my opinion, unless you really are trying to get a level 5, but whatever, it's just 500 crystals. You just want to raise it high enough to get whatever book effect you want. You can just feed it a whole bunch of gray or green food because it's super cheap. Mango juice, for example. Most mid-game and higher players probably have like over 7 7,000. It's all it takes is mango. You can literally just craft 300 of them, and it's just one material that you have to have. Again, we're not focusing on getting Affinity level 5. We just want whatever book effect we want if we're trying to change it. Affinity's only about book effect, but just feed it a whole bunch of mango juice. Screw it. Hell, even kiwi juice, very easy. Just make it easy on yourself. Find whatever you have most material of, and just get your core monsters to whatever book effect. But now I wanted Light Beast Rider at Affinity level 2. Then I can go to her book, I can go to her book effect, and I can change it to effect 2, and I get crit damage. It just depends on what runes you have, what attack speed you want. That's it for today's video. I just wanted to explain Affinity to make it simple as possible. Don't overwhelm your stuff with all these new features. New summoner transformation stuff is very basic too. None of it's very detrimental. Don't get overwhelmed, you're gonna be fine. If you end up liking this video, sub, like, ding ding bell. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!